Hey everybody, welcome back to another Minecraft video for our 1.17 LP series. I hope you guys are all doing well. Today's video, we're going to be doing a Q&A caving episode where I do some caving because I'm in desperate need of a bunch of ores. Not just iron, but I need like lapis and redstone. I need everything. So we're going to go caving, do some questions and answers. It's going to be a fun time. Most of these questions and answers comes from Discord and Twitter. And some from YouTube. If for some reason I missed your question, I apologize. There was quite a few of them. So I actually found this cave, but I see lava down there and there's glow squids. So that's exciting. I've never seen glow squid before. I wonder if there will be oxalotls here. I don't see them. Anyway, so to get started, I have got some food and a whole mess of torches because these caves are huge. So let's go down here and see what we got. Can I get through? Oh, I can't get through. Perfect. This is kind of exactly what I was looking for. Let's get out. Let me get up top here and kind of take stock of this. So to get started with the Q&A caving, oh, there's a mine shaft over there. I want to go check that out. I wonder if that's going to be one of those like hanging mine shafts. There's probably going to be oh my god, that is so cool. Look at it, guys. Can you see it? Oh, look at it. It's amazing. My sword must be utter garbage. That, my friends, is pretty much the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Okay, so the first question comes from the reaction captain, and the reaction captain asks, how did I join to become a part of Hermitcraft? I've told this story a couple times, but I will tell it again. So I went to Minecon 2013. It was in Orlando, Florida. I was just a young, blue behind the ears iJevin, very new to gaming, and I'd only been doing YouTube for maybe 2 years at the time. And when I was there, I met a person by the name of King Daddy DMAC, and DMAC was a part of Hermitcraft. And when I got there, I didn't like really have many plans, and I started hanging out with the hermits that I met at the time. It was Jassassin, Hypno, DMAC, and some other ones, and it was a great time. We all like became pretty quick friends, and at the time they like, I think Generic B had just probably left the server, and so they were still looking for new members. DMAC had asked if I would be interested in joining, in which I was, because I had heard of Hermitcraft, but I was kind of doing my own server at the time called Blockfill. My sword is garbage, holy crap. Anyways, I was doing my own thing. So when I got back from Minecon, I was like still chatting with DMAC like on Twitter DMs and whatever. And he's like, hey man, would you know, be interested in joining Hermitcraft? And I'm like, yeah, that sounds rad. And so they kind of made it happen. And that's how I joined Hermitcraft. It like, things were in the server were a lot different back in the day, like a lot different. Not to say that they're like bad now or anything, because they're not, but like joining was a little bit more like, hey, you want to join? Sure. That's kind of how it went, but it worked out pretty well. So, oh, there's gold chunks too. Look at that. I didn't know that. That's so cool. All right. So I want to like try to go down there, but I know that there's gonna be a billion cajillion mobs down here, so I'm trying to get, you know, as many torches down as I can. There we go. What I really want is lapis. That's what I like. That's what I super need. So let's keep looking up here real fast. So I know there's probably more caves over here too. Next question comes from Achilles, and Achilles says, how did your family feel when you told them that you wanted to start earning a living from making gaming videos? Well, it's a little bit different for me, because most people, when they start making videos, they're like probably still living at home, and I was not. I was married and had a wife and stuff like that, you know, big adult fancy stuff. And at the time, my wife like had known that I wanted to do it, so it wasn't like a huge deal, I don't think. She supported me, and like that's sort of how I got into it. It wasn't like, Mom, I need to make YouTube videos, but Like my parents, although they're, you know, they're not the best parents in the world, I can't knock them because that is one thing that they've always been extremely, you know, cool about. Like whatever you want to do, they're like, you know, do it. Who cares? So that's how my parents have pretty much always been. So put this right here. I'm grabbing all this, by the way. Kind of wish I would have brought Fortune with me, but oh well. There we go. But no, so my parents and, you know, everybody was kind of cool with it. They thought I was kind of nuts though, because they were like, you want to do what? You don't understand, like, technology is not a big thing in my family. Like my mom, when she was alive, she would literally, the day she got paid from from her job, she would go to the bank, withdraw all her money from the bank, and then just keep it in her pocket. She didn't do like debit cards or anything like that. So yeah, it's kind of funny. I kind of want that redstone. So that's kind of the story about how they found out about it. Eventually it kind of got to the point where I started to want to do it full time though. I don't think you can go that way. I'm gonna go this way. Can I go this way? I'm not gonna go that way. I'm gonna go back up, I think. All right, let's keep going. So Brainboy asks, what is one of your hobbies when you're not busy for YouTube and Twitch? It's a great question, man. First off, let's not die. That would be bad. I keep using the wrong hand to place torches down. The ores down here are weird. They're not like full ore veins. So, okay, anyways, here lately, my hobbies have been getting out of the house, more or less. One thing you quickly realize when you become a YouTuber is that you sit inside all day, every day, and it does get pretty boring. And so, one thing that I've been sort of really getting into is like doing projects around the house and getting out of the house. But if I had to pick like an actual hobby, I don't know, man. Like I used to be really into Pokemon Go. I do like playing golf occasionally, hanging out with my family, going to my nephew's baseball practices. But yeah, I don't really live a super exciting life. So yeah, you're probably like, dude, this guy's boring, man. Like, yeah, it's not super exciting, but I do have some fun. I like going to conventions and traveling and, you know, all the normal person stuff, I guess. Wow, I really like these new drop systems. These are really cool. All right. Crypt asks, what has been your inspiration for content? So at first, I thought my inspiration for content was like another creator. A lot of people answer that question with, oh, well, this guy gives me inspiration and things like that. And the more, oh, okay. So we might have a triple spawner here. I'm gonna check this out real fast, guys. 1 second. Maybe not a triple spawner, but this is probably the coolest cave I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't know if I want to go in the mine shaft or not. Anyways, so the more that I thought about the answer to this question, the more I thought you guys. When I was younger, you guys know that it was a pretty rough time, just with everything that happened. Yeah, but I guess the main thing that I want to say is that the more that I thought about the answer to this question, the more that the answer is you guys. It's the comments that I read, because although I don't reply to a lot of comments on YouTube, I read every single one of them. Constantly on my phone checking YouTube. And I just get these comments that are like, dude, I was having a terrible day. Thank you for the content. Thank you for everything that you do. And those are extremely powerful comments because they make you want to work harder. Because that day that you want to take off and you're like, I don't really feel like posting a video today. Well, there's that person that's maybe not having such a great day and they are really looking forward to that video that you want to post that you're probably thinking about not posting. And for me, like, man, that's motivation. That's like crazy motivation. So it's important to me that you guys have a space, either with me or another hermit, to just relax and wind down, whether it be a stream, or something like that. You know, it's important to me. So that's sort of my motivation. Wow, I don't really see any more ores. I'm kind of mega sad. Okay, it's, you know, it's weird. We don't see coal down here very much anymore because it's like that new spawn rule or whatever. And yeah. All right, next question. That's a creeper. Let me kill this guy real fast. Dude, this sword is terrible. So bad. Okay, next question is, was streaming and YouTube always your passion? No, not really. I think just like with anybody else in the world, they tend to have things that they wanted to accomplish within their lives, and sometimes things kind of come out of left field. YouTube kind of came out of left field for me. I never thought that I was going to be a professional creator, but it kind of worked out, to be honest with you. I'm pretty happy about it because I have like a dream job, and I will say that I've taken that for granted in the past, but not anymore. Like I'm super appreciative of everything that I've got in my life because of YouTube. Not like material things, but like friends, a way to be supportive for other people, and things like that. Like that's really important to me. But no, initially I wanted to be an architect, and I got super burnt out from school. I just didn't want to be in school for more than I really needed to, because I am not a big fan of school. I eventually got into YouTube, and it worked out pretty well, to be honest with you. I got lucky. All right, I kind of want to go up here some, because there's probably, I want iron, and this is probably where the iron is going to be. I see gold. I see a lot of gold. I love how common gold is. Okay, so curiosity is going to get the best of me here. I'm going to go down this mine shaft because I love the deep slate mine shafts. These just look so freaking awesome. There we go. All right, so let's see. Next question comes from Rusty. What is your favorite brand of shirts? So for a long time, I've wore Nike Dry Fit, and that was because it's like a big and tall clothing line, and it fit really well, and it was pretty comfortable. But here recently, I have been wearing the 3X, 4X Under Armour clothing, and it's so insanely comfortable. I find that the Under Armour shirts are a little bit tighter, which is fine because I've been losing weight. And I'm going to continue to lose weight because that's been one of my goals for this year. Can I open you? Glowberries. I have literally never seen those before. Okay, but yeah, I would say Under Armour. I don't think I want to go down that way. Okay, what drove you to become a content creator? Well, I think it was more curiosity, honestly, more than anything. Back when I started YouTube, they were all very new. This was 10 years ago, you gotta think. So it's not like, you know, how it is right now, where things are so super easy and polished. It's like it was like the new thing, man. And with new things comes curiosity. And I started off just by watching other people's YouTube videos and was like obsessed with it. And then one day I saw this guy on a channel called Machinima, and his name was X. This is not Azuma. And his video was X Plays Minecraft. And I watched that video and was just floored, like, at how interesting this game was. And from there, I kind of got obsessed a little bit. I don't think I want to go down there yet. I think I'm going to go the other way. These caves are nuts, by the way. I feel like I'm not making any progress at all. Okay, let's keep going. Let's get away from those spiders. Okay, anyways, put that right there. So yeah, found the X Plays Minecraft series. I think a lot of people got inspiration from that and started playing. But I don't know, just like when I was watching these videos, I was just like, man, I really want to give that a go. That seems fun. Like it really like awestruck me because I was just so fascinated with the entire like process of making videos. I was like, wow. Okay, let's keep going down here. If you're not a YouTuber, what would you be today? That is a very good question. And I think the answer to that question is some sort of business owner. I don't know. I really want to blow these guys up. There we go. I would say some sort of business owner, just for the fact that when I worked regular jobs, I just literally hated working for somebody. I was not a fan of that. And just like the way that I look at it now is that like I work for myself now, because technically speaking, I am a small business. Like I'm a registered small business, and now that I've seen sort of what that small business life can pertain, like, man, I would never work another regular job in my life. Never ever. Nope. No, thank you. Is there anything down there? I don't see anything. All right, let's go back the other way. All right. So let's see here. But yeah, small business owner. I'm not really sure what type of business though. I would want the business to be something that would be something expandable. So like, I'm not sure. Honestly, it sounds kind of dumb, but maybe like a lawn mowing business, because it gets you outside. It's expandable because there's a billion yards in the world. It's a relatively easy thing to do, and I feel like I could be competitive at that. Like, I know that sounds kind of dumb, but I don't know. It just seems like that would work out pretty well. What's our next question? These spiders, dude. I'm just gonna walk past them, act like nothing happened. Let me kill this guy. I was trying not to get poisoned. Sword sucks. Okay. All right, next question is from Monster, and Wizard Chap was the previous question. When you realized that a desk job wasn't your ideal job, what made me switch? Okay, so this is kind of a funny story because I didn't really make that decision. Life made that decision for me. So a lot of you know that when I graduated college, I worked for like an energy consultant firm, pretty much. We did a lot of energy testing and things for companies that, or like residential housing and commercial housing for energy efficiency. And part of that job, majority of that job, was through government contracts. So basically, let me kill this guy. Basically, those jobs depended on the government for funds, and so we had like private investors too, but the government was like sort of how we were doing that, because they had these programs that if you did this business, you would get grants. And so this job was a lot of grants and things like that. And so I remember one day after about 2 years, at this point I was pretty low in terms of not even wanting to show up anymore. Like, I just didn't really like the job anymore. I was actually thinking about quitting anyways. But I remember one day showing up and the boss being like, well, things have changed, you know, I don't really think we're going to be able to pay you anymore. And so we're probably going to lay you off. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, yes, thank God. But I knew that my wife at the time would be like really, really nervous about it. So like, I wasn't sure how I was going to do anything, like, or what I was going to do, YouTube or whatever. So what I did was, by the way, terrible texture. So I went home and I told my wife, she's like, all right, we'll start looking for a job. And I'm like, okay, idea. And this is where I was going to try to get sneaky with it. I was going to be like, listen, let me try YouTube for a month. And I mean, at the time, I wasn't really making a ton of money. Like, and when I say I wasn't making a ton of money, I mean, like, I was probably making, like $800 to $1,000 a month. And it was a slow job, $10 an hour, 30 hours a week. not a lot there. I didn't like it. She didn't like it. So the thought was about getting a new job anyway. But point being, so I'm just like, here, let me see if I can do YouTube for just, let me try 1 month. I'll continue to apply for jobs, and let me see if I can make more on YouTube than I did at my job. So my goal was $800, which I did, obviously, because I'm still full-time at it. But I had a lot of help. Like, don't get it twisted, right? Like, I put in a lot of effort into making sure that I had the money that I needed to survive. But without the help of some other YouTubers, primarily Sly Fox Hound and PBat or Paperbat VG, I would have never been able to do this job full time. Just they were kind of like, I don't want to say mentors because I was older than them. I don't know. I guess they just kind of took me under their wing, to be honest with you. I'll talk about kind of how I met them too. So both of those guys at the time were the biggest YouTubers around, and I was friends with them, and I met them through Machinima. And yeah, we became friends and we recorded together. And like, then, oh, hold on, I'm just like throwing stuff out of my head here. When I very first met PBat and all them, they were really cool people towards me. And like, he knew my wife, and it was kind of like a family thing almost. And so like that night when I got home from my last day at the job there, I told PBat, I was like, well, I got laid off today. And he's Canadian, so I don't know if he knew what that meant or not. So I explained it to him. I'm sure Canadians get laid off from their jobs, right? Like, that's a thing, isn't it? I don't know. Anyways, point being, I told him, he's like, well, you know what we got to do? I'm like, what's that? He's like, we got to start grinding. So like, literally, I had like maybe 15,000 subscribers, and he had like 150,000. And you got to understand something. Back then, 150,000 subscribers was like 2 million today. It's like the equivalent. So we started recording series together and videos together, and he like really helped me out. So I'm like, I will always be super appreciative of him for that, because I don't know if I would have been able to make it as a YouTuber then. Obviously I would have kept posting, but yeah, if it wasn't for the help of others, like, you know, really helping me out, I probably would have been screwed. All right, we're doing really good, guys. Check this out. I'm super hyped on all that iron. I gotta go back. So yeah, to answer your question, there wasn't like this defining moment. It was kind of like, here's a shark pit, jump into it and see if you survive. That's literally what happened. It wasn't like, okay, you know what, I think I'm gonna try YouTube full time. No, not even close. It was like, okay, you're laid off, you need money, start grinding. And that's pretty much what happened. Why is that not flowing down? All right, I'm gonna go back up this way, I think. All right, next question comes from Aaron. What is my favorite story that I've told about myself? I don't know, man. There's so many stories that I've told you guys. Like, I've had some pretty fun stories to talk about, but like, if I had to remember them, oh god, no, that would never work. All right, let me go up here. I think I'm gonna try to get away from these skeletons real fast. I kind of want to go up a little bit further into the stone area. For one, this is exactly, I'm here for the lapis, guys. That's all you need to know. I'm here for the lappy laps. Let's keep going up real fast. There we go. All right, I think I'm gonna try to go up another level here. Perfect. This is kind of where I want to be. I'm gonna hug this wall for a minute. So let's see. Jesse asks, what has been your favorite build on Hermitcraft? That's a great question, man. I would say that actually season 7 base. That was probably like my first sort of mega project on Hermitcraft, and I thoroughly enjoyed building that base. That base was a bunch of trial and error. That's sort of my style of Minecraft anyways, is like trial and error Minecraft, where I like build something, hate it, rebuild it 5 more times, and then where we finally like it a little bit. That's kind of, I want to go down there. I'm going down. Okay, let's not die. There we go. Anyways, so I would say that definitely this season's base. Yes, I will be on Hermitcraft 8, don't worry. All right, let's keep going down here. I don't know if anybody asked you this before, but why is your name iJevin? This is a very, very simple answer. My real life name is Jevin. There we go. And when I was making my YouTube name, I wanted it to be something with a J. Couldn't really think of anything super specific. J is a very hard name to find names with anyways. And I thought, well, maybe I should just incorporate my name into it some. And came up with iJevin. One thing you got to realize though is like back then, like iPods were still pretty famous. So like I know that's like real boomer talk right there, iPod. But yeah, so at the time, like iPods were sort of all the rage, and I kind of based my name off of that a little bit. So like as much as I kind of don't like Apple products now, back then my name was based off an iPod. So just iJevin. Yeah, my name is Jevin, iJevin. So that's that. Yes, very, very sophisticated name processing stuffs. Okay, I'm gonna kill this guy. There we go. All right, next question. Next question comes from WTF Gaming. What was the moment that you realized you can make content full-time, and how did that make you feel? Oh, this is a good one, Rob. Rob is a friend of mine. Drop those off. Okay, so that's a good question, because like with the story that I just told you guys about going at it full time, there was probably 2 or 3 months where everything was like real sketchy, right? Like I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it, like, you know, be able to generate the views and the hype I needed to do this full time. And then I kind of realized that maybe I could do it. This was probably like 4 months after the fact. And so eventually I got comfortable with it, but it was still one of those things where I was just like, I don't know if I can do, if this is this, like, it wasn't that I was like doubting myself, but it was more like, okay, this is suspicious. Why am I posting videos and having enough money to pay for like life? You know what I mean? Like, eventually I would say probably 6 months to a year after going full time, I was, you know, starting to make a little bit of more money from the job, and things were getting a little bit more comfortable. But that is like a feeling that takes just a long time to get over, because you're not doing something traditional. And if you're not doing something traditional, it feels like you're doing something wrong. Like, honestly, like, because people are like, you do what for your job? That doesn't make any sense. Especially like the older community, like my wife's grandparents thought that my job was fake. They probably would still to this day think it was fake. But yeah, that feeling, like, that's a hard one, man. Like, silverfish, that is a tough feeling to get past, man. So if there is a day when you people decide to do content and you're like, you're not sure if you're gonna do it or not because you're not sure if you're gonna make enough money, just know that probably every content creator in like the history of time, oh wow, that's really cool, I want to go down there, in like the history of time has probably felt that way. I know I certainly did. It's not something that's easy to get past either. So, you know what's weird? I don't think I've seen a single diamond yet. We're pretty low down, but yeah, I don't think you ever really get used to that feeling of like, wow, I can actually do this as a job. Grab all that. All right. So I hope I answered your question. Let's see here. So the next question comes from Simply Caitlin. And Caitlin asks, what is your most favorite and most least favorite thing about uploading videos and streaming? This is a good one. So my favorite thing, first off, is that I have the creativity and freedom to do whatever I want with videos. And for the most part, you guys will back me up, unless it's like some kind of weird video. But you guys sort of always have my back. And my channel may not be the most popular channel, but I feel like if I were to post something, you guys would be like, well, that's cool, and at least give it a try to watch it, you know what I mean? So that's kind of my favorite thing, like the creativity, the freedom, having the audience to know that like whatever I decide to post, it'll be like watched at least. Least favorite things. Excuse me. Least favorite things are being in the office 24/7. Doing YouTube and Twitch full-time is essentially having 2 full-time jobs. They are not similar. I mean, they are because they're content, but they are not so close that you can leech one off the other unless you do like highlight videos, and I don't really like doing those videos. There's nothing wrong with them, but it's just not something that is similar enough to use them for content, I feel like. Next thing about that I hate is that no matter what you do, you're the boss, and so you always gotta be working no matter what. So even if you're sick, or if you're not feeling like you don't want to work today, or whatever that feeling may be, it's on you. There is nobody else. And so if you're not into it that day, or whatever the thing may be, you are 100% responsible for everything, especially if you have people working for you. There's a lot of content creators that have editors and world builders and, you know, content teams and things like that to make their job easier. And if you're not making content, they're not working either. And so it's important to be a very motivated person. And I fail at this a lot because I'm not a motivated person sometimes. But I would say definitely my 2 favorite and least favorite things. There's other little things about it too, like having the ability to have a voice and being able to know that if I like say something, people will actually listen to me. Like, that's really cool. I really like that side of it as well. Where do I want to go from here, guys? I see gold over there. Is there a cave right here? I'm going in, people. All right, 1 second. Dude, I'm so hyped on all this lapis we found. I can actually do enchanting now. I've been holding off on doing enchants because I have no lapis. All right. Let's grab this real fast. Okay, next up. Was there ever a time you almost gave up on YouTube? And how did you get back into it? There have been plenty of times when I thought maybe this job wasn't for me. But I always came back to it. I'm not really sure how I can answer that question, because I guess the easiest way to put it would be that I don't like failing. I feel like when I try to put effort into something, that I need to at least feel like I've either put a valiant effort in or succeed. And is this how I die? Nope, we out. Oh, I can't believe I didn't die right there. All right, let me focus real fast, guys. Teamwork makes the dream work. I'm landing. Phew. Oh, there's mobs everywhere. Okay, let's not die. Dying would be bad. I'm just gonna land right here. All right, no deaths. Let's go, baby. Okay, now let's see, where do I want to go from here? Because we've already been over there. We may be done with this cave, guys. But yeah, there have been plenty of times when I have. These were years ago, though. It hasn't been anything like recent. There have been times where I have considered maybe trying to get another job in the workforce and going from there, but I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm glad that I stuck with it. So is there any more questions? Last question will come from Jesse here. Jesse asks, what would be the next update that you would want to see after Caves and Cliffs? The end. I would love to see the end updated. That would be definitely like #1 wish list update is end update. I want to see all fancy things there. So no diamonds today, guys, but we did get quite a bit of everything else that we needed. So I think I'm gonna probably go ahead and end the video here. So I hope that everybody has a great day. Thank you all for watching, and hopefully with my health stuff, I'll be able to improve and make more content soon. If you guys want a more in-depth talk about that, we can definitely talk about that, but let me know. Anyways, this is iJevin. Peace out, everybody.